I've been told I was too old, too fat and too ethnic to try and make it into America at 28. I feel like they don't say that to men, but they said it to me. I'm very South Asian deep down, and I wanted to be a doctor, and that was my plan for my life. Then I got hit by a car and I was unable to walk for over a year because I'd hurt my back really badly, and my brother had to take me to the toilet every day, and there's something about that that sort of gifts you perspective, and you realise that you shouldn't be taking yourself too seriously and you shouldn't be taking life for granted, and that kind of changed my outlook on the rest of my life. I was an English teacher at 21. A man walked up to me in a pub, started a conversation with me, told me he thought I was funny, and he told me about some big audition to become a TV presenter. I'd never wanted to be on television. I'd never done anything. I had no experience. Well, at first I said no, and then he said it was £1,000 a day, and I was like, yes please, I will have that email. And overnight I became a TV presenter on one of the biggest TV shows in the United Kingdom, which I was wholly unprepared for and didn't really become good at for like another year, which was mortifying to have to learn that publicly on television. But I did it anyway. I sucked it up and I took the criticism and I kept going. And after about 3 years of doing that, that started to go well. I was restless, I wanted to try something new. I got offered a job at BBC Radio 1 as a radio DJ, which is an incredibly hard job because you are driving the desk all by yourself while speaking at the same time, counting down to a live clock, and you have the whole of the BBC at your fingertips, which is petrifying, and all of the curse words, all of them, are just like rolling around your brain and you just want to scream one of them live. Ended up making history as the first woman to ever host the official chart on BBC Radio 1 on its 60 years on air. I was the first, and that was an amazing moment of privilege, and then after about 2 years of doing that, I was restless again. I had a health scare. I found a lump in my breast. They make you wait a week to find out if it's cancerous, and it wasn't, and so I decided that I would make a hit list. I did. When I got the biopsy results back and they were clear, I decided to just take the leap and book a one-way ticket to Los Angeles with no visa and no contacts and not enough money to do that, but I did it anyway, because really what do you have to lose other than your life? So I did leave my relationship and my entire career that I'd built in the United Kingdom. I came anyway, and my first audition was for The Good Place, and Mike Schur gave me the job because he's a very strange man who gave a complete novice who'd never acted before a job. I had been to Tanya on stage when I was 9 years old at school, so I'm not entirely without experience. Thank you very much.